Dante, the other team's wide receiver, lined up facing Pablo. Ricky took the snap, and Dante streaked it downfield in what appeared to be a classic fly pattern. Run as fast as he can and try to get behind the defender. But Pablo was fast and stayed with his man, step for step. Realizing that he wasn't going to get past Pablo, Dante slowed down. He started to turn back toward the quarterback. He's running a curl pattern like Vicky did before, Pablo thought, slowing down to stay with him. That's when Dante turned back upfield and put a burst of speed and blew right past Pablo. Ricky launched it a long bomb that Dante caught in stride. He dashed it into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game, as Dante's team traded high fives. Joey, Ernie, and the others gathered around Pablo. "You got fooled, dude," Tony said, shaking his head. "You gotta look for that fake every time." Pablo nodded. He felt horrible. The last thing he wanted to do was let his teammates down. Why is this so hard, he thought. I'm good at every other sport. What's wrong with me? Keep your head in the game, Pops, Joey said as he were reading Pablo's mind, following a successful extra point. Ricky's team kicked it off, holding a 7-0 lead. After he returned, Joey leaned into the huddle. "Okay, guys, we're going to get this touchdown back, and Pablo's going to do it for us." "Okay," Pablo said, eager for a chance to make up for his mistakes. "Come on, you can do this," he thought, trying to psych himself up for the next play. "We're going to pull off a gadget play," Joey explained. Pablo froze. "A gadget play?" he asked anxiously. He didn't recall reading about that one in the playbook. "Yeah, trick play," Joey continued. "Something unusual that they won't be expecting. We're going to try the old bucket and ladder." That one sounded sort of familiar to Pablo. Maybe he had glanced at it in the playbook, but he still had no clue as to what he was supposed to do. I'm not sure what I know that one, Joey," Pablo said sheepishly. "It's in the playbook," Joey said sharply. "I thought you read it." "I guess I didn't get that far," Pablo replied, looking around. His teammates were all staring down at the ground. He could tell that they were disappointed in him. "Okay, here it is," Joey began. Vicky heads downfield and runs a hook pattern. Pablo kept quiet about the fact that he had no idea what the hook pattern was. "Pablo, you follow her about 5 yards behind," Joey continued. "We're trying to make it look like the pass is going to you, but it's really going to Vicky. Then once she catches it, she'll toss a lateral to you. Got it?" "Got it," Pablo said quickly, although he wasn't really sure how he had gotten it. The team lined up, and Joey called out the signals. "Red 44, red 44, hut, hut, hut." Joey took the snap and dropped back to pass. Vicky speed down the field. Pablo dashed out of the backfield, staying about 5 yards behind Vicky. She stopped suddenly and turned back. Joey timed his pass perfectly, and the ball arrived in Vicky's arms as she spun around. But the play was only half over. Trailing Vicky the whole time, Pablo is now 5 yards behind her and off to her right. Once it became clear that he passed was going to Vicky and not Pablo, all the defenders raced towards her, which was exactly what Joey had hoped for when he called the play. Before anyone could grab Vicky's flag, she tossed it a lateral pass behind her to her left. Perfect. Or it would have been if Pablo had been on her left. Unfortunately, he was on her right. The ball hit the ground and Keisha, who was covering Vicky, pounced on top of it. She recovered the fumble and got the ball back to her team. "You're supposed to be on my left," Vicky said when they got back into the puddle. "You would have had a wide open field, and with your speed, you would have scored for sure." Pablo didn't know what to say. He realized now he should have studied the playbook a little harder, but he had no idea that his teammates was going to use such complicated plays in their first game. And now he had not only blown a chance to secure, but it was his fault that the other team had the ball. This has never happened to me before, he thought. I'm usually one of the best guys out there, no matter what the sport. He saw his friends rolling their eyes and exchanging exaggerated looks. They didn't have to say a word. He knew exactly what they were thinking. Pablo had let them down. There was nothing he could do now except getting ready to play defense. But even there, on play after play, he found himself the wrong spot to defend against a pass or stomping running back. With time running out, Joey and his teammates got the ball back. They gathered in the huddle. Papa, I think you should try being our wide receiver, he explained. It's the best place for us to take advantage of your speed. Are you okay swapping positions, Vicky, and playing running back? No problem, Vicky replied. Papa, let's try a hook pass, Joey said. Go out about 10 yards and turn and hooks back. I'll hit you as you turn. Okay, Papa said. Then he lined up against Keisha. He tried to shake off the nervous feeling in his stomach. Joey called out signals and then took the snap. Papa dashed it 10 yards in the straight line, then stopped and turned back. Joey timed his pass perfectly. The ball was waiting for Papa when he spun around. He grabbed it with both hands, but as he turned back upfield, Papa lost control of the ball. It squirted loose, spun through the air, and landed right in Keisha's hands. She bolted forward, slipping past Papa, then cut across the field, getting around Papa's teammates, who were desperately trying to grab one of her flags. Vicky drove her after her, reaching out to grab a flag, but she came up just short. Keisha scooted into the end zone for another touchdown as the time ran out. Her team had won 13-0. Papa felt horrible as his team huddled up. It's all my fault we lost, Papa said quietly. I let the whole team down. I understand if you don't want me on your team after all. We want you on the team, Joey said, but we also want you to be ready to play. What you need is extra practice tomorrow. Just you and me. We'll work on your moves and pass patterns. What do you say? You know me, Joey, Papa replied. I'll work as hard as I can to get better. I'll see you tomorrow for practice. As he headed home, Papa realized that he had a lot of catching up to do.